Amani Channel here. This is a replay of my presentation at Video Camp Atlanta, Video 101, Produce Engaging Content. If you missed the event, it was a great opportunity for folks in the Atlanta market to come out and learn. It was a hands-on workshop that taught some of the basic production skills, video production skills, as well as went over some monetization and some on-camera tips and strategies. So to start off with, if you're thinking about getting into video production, it's a great way, especially for the web, it's a great way to build your brand, to market, to create relationships, to create conversations around your content. There are many different online platforms that allow you to share your videos, YouTube being the most popular. And so to get into this whole conversation, I'm going to just show you the video that was presented at the conference. It's kind of a fun video, but it gets into some of the particulars and specifics if you're thinking about getting started in video production.
Hello, my friends. You've made the right choice by choosing to attend Video Camp Atlanta. There are many professionals here, experts in their chosen fields, who want to help you understand this thing that we call video. What's the power of video? It's the power to connect, to show and tell, to use pictures, sounds, and moving images to motivate, to influence, to persuade, to educate and inform. You can do all of those things with video. But you need to learn the fundamentals, how to plan accordingly. You need to learn about the equipment. There are cameras, hardware and software, the editing process. It may seem like a lot, it may seem like a little. You need to learn the importance of light and good sound. But if you're able to do these things, if you can communicate effectively, you can build relationships, create bonds. You can reach hundreds or thousands of people because this internet has changed the game. So take a moment, think about your content, what you want to produce, and use this opportunity to get started.
All right, so like I said, that was just a fun video, but really just wanted to talk about some of the basics. If you're thinking about or have ever considered producing a video, there of course a process to it, but I say that if you're gonna bother taking the time to try to shoot video, you might as well learn the fundamentals and really get it right. So this slide talks about the old school way of doing things. So in my case, it is old school because I was a reporter in a former life. But the way reporters and news and information was shared via video was, you go out in the morning, you collect your news, and then or your story, do your interviews, collect your B-roll, put together your story, and then by 5 or 6 or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, whenever the newscast is, then you air your story. All right, so very much it's on a certain time deadlines. And, when you watch the news, you sort of tune in, especially when you're talking about traditional TV viewing, you watch at a specific time to get your information. Of course, the internet has now changed these things. So the next slide, the next video that I show is a video that I produced with my iPhone. And I shared the video specifically and directly to my Twitter network and my online network, my Facebook network. Took me about a minute and a half to record the video, maybe 2 minutes, however long it is. And then I uploaded from my cell phone to a mobile platform that sends out a tweet, and that's how the video is shared. So it really represents the new way of doing things. And this is a video that I created just to thank the attendees, those who came out and registered and came out to the event. And I shared it a day or so before the event. So it really represents the new school way of doing things, the way of doing things without the traditional news gatekeepers who can say yay or nay to whether or not your story is covered or featured on the news.
Monty Channel. Wow, it's been a good month. So let me tell you, about 4 weeks ago, I decided to organize a video production workshop in Atlanta. My idea was to have a small group, like around 15 people or so it could be really hands-on and provide good content to the people who wanted to attend. called up a friend of mine, Eli Abrams, who works over at Turner, and he's also a video blogging coach, and he was like, let's do it at Georgia Tech. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Never really organized the event before, though I have organized, training workshops. And, like 73 people have registered for what we're now calling Video Camp Atlanta, all right? So it's Saturday, 1 to 5. If you registered, thank you so much. I can't say it enough. If you want to learn how to get started in video production, this is going to be the best place for you to spend your afternoon. All right, so I'm going to keep this short, but thank you so much again, Atlanta. Thank you, everyone who's coming out. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm hype.
All right, so that's just an example of what you can do now, if you have a cell phone, if you have a smartphone, you're able to now share video. Of course, we know that there's been numerous examples of citizen journalists sharing videos with mainstream news and news breaking on the internet, video breaking on the internet before even mainstream gets a chance to report, because we have to think about it. These cell phone cameras and they're everywhere now. Everyone has a camera, right? So everyone is essentially can be a media creator, a video creator, whether it be for personal, professional, or just for sharing information. So if you want to start leveraging video, what are some things you need to do? First of all, you need to understand the production process. So there is a way that professionals produce videos, which if you're just looking to create a web video, you may not necessarily know or have to follow, but it certainly helps if you want to create a polished looking or an effective video. Right, you also have to build your network and build relationships and develop your brand out. So if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, you may want to have a Facebook page. You may want to follow people who are involved or key influencers in your certain niche. And you want to start talking to these people. You want to start establishing yourself as an expert in whatever given field you are looking to promote or have an influence in. You also need to create quality content. So, there's a lot of noise out there on the internet, right? So how do you break through the clutter? How do you break through and become a person that people want to turn to? Well, it's by creating quality content. That's a lot of times the foundation to your success. And then this may apply to you, it may not, but hopefully you want to develop a monetization strategy. You want to find a way to build some profits from your content, whether it be through lead generation, whether you're selling a service or product. There may be a situation where you just want to share some information and you may not be looking to directly make money, but even by doing that, you could be developing your brand and creating that audience around you that will look to you for key information. You can become an influencer also. So just some things you need to think about. So the production process, what exactly is it? So if you have a camera, if you have an idea, how do you take this idea and then create quality video content around it? Well, the first step is the planning phase, which is also known as pre-production. And just think about, okay, if you're planning a video, what are some things that you need to sort of figure out ahead of time? Well, you need to think about what your message is going to be, what your visuals are going to be, what kind of equipment you're going to need. What day are you going to bring the production together? Like if you have a crew that's going to work with you, you need to set a day, a location. If you have talent involved, you need to maybe have a rehearsal with your talent. These are all the things you need to think about. You even need to think about who's going to edit the video. All right. You should be planning from beginning to end, the whole process as you plan. Then the shoot, right? So after you're done planning, you want to set a date. You bring the crew together. Maybe you're doing it yourself. Either way, it's the lights, the camera, the action. That's the production phase. And then after you're done gathering your content, you need to put it all together. You need to bring together the elements, whether it be music, narration, graphics, the video, maybe you have some pictures included. All right, you need to bring that together with your editor, or maybe you're editing it yourself. All right, this is the post-production process. So there are basically 3 phases that you need to be thinking about: pre-production, production, and post-production. And if you're able to plan accordingly, your production should go smoothly, and your post-production as well should be a pretty smooth process to help you craft and create your video. So this is an exercise that I had all of the attendees do. I want you just to think about your content. What do you want to create? What would you like to share? Do you want to just do a talking head vlog? Do you want to create, maybe you just want to create a video slideshow like this one to inform people. I'm just using Keynote and some screen capture software. Do you want to go out and grab your camera and do interviews and maybe conferences, or interview key influencers or authority figures in your field or your niche? Because even by doing that, you can be branding yourself as an expert if you're sharing credible, reliable information, valuable information in your network. Maybe you want to do more citizen journalism style content, or maybe you want to produce more news style packages. All those things you need to think about. What do you want to create? So take a minute and think about some of those things. Consider what's your area of expertise. What do you specialize in? What's your niche? So what industry are you in? Even within that industry, is there a subcategory of niche that you're really knowledgeable about, that you can really build your content and your brand around? All right, we already talked about what kind of content do you want to produce. So maybe a talking head vlog, maybe you want to go do field interviews, maybe you just want to keep it simple and create like a PowerPoint presentation and create a video around that. There's numerous examples. You need to think about, what is your production skill level? So do you have experience producing videos? Have you taken any classes even in college? Do you know how to operate a camera? Do you know some of the basic news gathering or video production techniques? How to frame a shot, the rule of thirds, shooting wide, medium, and tights. I mean, all of these things you need to know about. For editing, you need to know what a jump cut is, a flash frame. All these things are kind of part of your skill level. And of course, as you start to learn and immerse yourself in video, there's always new equipment. There's always something new to learn. This software can be very, like if you're using Final Cut Pro, you can do some simple things with it, but it also is very robust. So you can do some very, special effects and stuff like that. So you have to be committed to learning and bettering yourself and really improving your skill level on every sort of level, from the script writing portion. So maybe you're not very good at writing, so maybe you want to write a script, you have to improve that, all the way to the editing process. You need to be committed to the craft of video production. All right, so this event was all about conversations. So for those of you who weren't able to attend Video Camp Atlanta, this can apply also to your social media or your basic engagement strategy, right? You need to have conversations with people. You need to be building your network. You need to be meeting people constantly, shaking hands. All right. So we also had demonstrations, some hands-on, how to shoot, how to compress video, how to produce videos with a PC, and about group discussions. So as you're building your network out, you need to ask questions. You need to learn and build with each other. This can also apply to offline and to online conversations that you may have. And then you also need to develop your strategy. So even if you weren't at this event, all right, you need to think about your strategy. What's going to be your workflow? How are you going to create your videos regularly, whether it be once a month, once a week? Once you start, though, you want to continue, because you're building your credibility, you're building your content. You might not have a lot of viewers at first, but as you keep doing it, you're going to build your audience, hopefully. All right. So you have to develop your strategy. And then you have to produce. So, once you have this basic information on how to produce a video, then you actually have to apply it and try to produce a video or two. Because if not, then, you're learning this information, but you need to apply it as well. All right. So that was the basic presentation to Intro Video Camp Atlanta. I hope this got your appetite whet for more of what we're going to offer here at Web Video Chefs. It was a pleasure being part of the event. Visit digitalbootcamps.com if you want to find out more about a video workshop or other workshops, social media workshops, or marketing workshops that we are developing as part of the Digital Bootcamps brand. That's www.digitalbootcamps.com. You can always ask us a question at ask@webvideochefs.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter. We're all around. All right, Amani Channel. We'll be talking to you soon. Thanks so much.